Hello, if you're new here, my name is Madison and this is Mad's Makeup. If you're not new, then welcome back. Thank you for watching. In today's video, I do an everyday makeup routine. This is going to be a variation of how I do my normal routine. I'll change up the shadow colors here and there and maybe do a lighter base, but this is pretty accurate on what I want to do for an everyday outing look. So if you would like to see how to get this everyday makeup, then just keep watching the video. I'm starting out by priming and I'm going to be using the PIXI Vitamin C Priming Oil. And just shake this up, do a dropper of it on the skin. I like to start out with spot concealing and I use the LA Girl Pro Concealers, the green one and then the peach one. The green one I use for any redness that I have, so I have some acne scarring and spots. And then I use the peach one to do my under eyes color correcting for the darkness. And I just go ahead and blend that in with my fingers. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the Clinique Even Better Glow. This foundation gives a really light, moisturizing coverage. I just really like the way that it sits on my skin, and it's a perfect one for everyday wear. Just go in and put little dabs of it throughout my face. If I need more coverage, I'll just go back in after and add more, but I just start out with a small amount and build that up. And like I said before, this foundation is on the lighter coverage side and it's more hydrating. So for me, it's really comfortable to wear it year-round just because I like a more hydrating finish and less intense coverage. So I have my foundation the way I like it, and for my everyday routine, I don't really do any contouring. I just kind of go in with concealer. For concealer, I'm using the Nars Radiant Concealer, and this one is just a nice, lightweight, full coverage concealer. I use it to spot correct as well as do my under eye concealing. So I just do a little bit to my under eye to strip down my nose, and then spot conceal any spots that I have on my face. And for the spot concealing, I blend that in with my fingers. And then for the nose and the under eyes, I just go and use the beauty blender. Now for powder, we're going to be using the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, and this is just a really good one for every day. It sets my makeup really nicely and it wears nice throughout the day, and it's very affordable. I think it's only about $4 for this, and it lasts me months. I go in first and set my under eyes, and then with a larger blending brush, I go in and set the rest of my face. And I personally like to set my entire face because it can get a bit oily if I don't. I know not everybody does this, but this is just my preference for everyday makeup wear. Let's get into bronzing, and I'm going to be using the Hoola bronzer by Benefit. This is just in their regular bronzer shade, and I start out by taking the brush that comes in the container and do a little bit up the sides of my nose and on like the tip of my nose. And then I go in with a flat fluffy brush and I just go and bronze and kind of contour my cheek area. Since I didn't do contouring today, I will be going kind of heavy on the bronzer because I just want to use this as a sort of contouring as well as a bronzer. And then I just squeeze it to kind of blend out my nose contour so there's no harsh line. Alright, bronzing is complete. I'm going to go into highlighter now, and I'm using the Amrezy highlighter by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And like always, I take my beauty sponge, which is damp, and take that into the highlighter. Use that to highlight my cheeks. If you're new here, this is my favorite technique to use. I found it out by Jaclyn Hill, and it just gives the highlighter a really dewy, glowy finish. And to finish it off, we're going to go into blush, and I'm using the Florence by Mills blush in Gorgeous Gia. This is a cream blush, so I just take some of it on my finger and dab that on. And I've really been preferring cream blushes recently. I just like the way that they finish on my skin versus a powder blush. I still really like powder blushes, but this has kind of just been my go-to. I've been really liking the dewier sort of makeup. And then I just go in with my beauty sponge and pat that out. So that is going to be the finished base. I'm going to do my brows off camera, but my current favorite routine for brows is to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer and the brow gel. Sometimes if I'm having a lazy day, I will just go into this brown gel and just swipe a little bit on my brows. I'm lucky enough to have pretty full brows, so it works for me. My brows are on, and I brought you guys a little bit more zoomed in to do the eyes. For my everyday eyes, I usually keep it pretty simple. I'll do a little bit of a smoky wing liner, maybe a little bit of a color on my lid, and then some shimmer. I don't really go too heavy on any of these. I just want it to be light and wearable, and so I'm gonna do something like that. I might spruce it up a little bit so visually on camera you guys can see it. For everyday priming, I just go into whatever concealer I'm using, which is gonna be that Nars Radiant Concealer, and I do a dab of it on the lid, blend that in with a beauty blender. I'm gonna be starting out by doing some blending on the lid. I'm gonna be going into the Nomad Malibu Surf Shack palette, and I'll be starting out with this shade, blending that high up in my crease area. Taking that high up. We're going to be going into this shade right here, which is Hideout, and blending that into the crease area. This is like a nice olive brown color. It's just really pretty. So I'm gonna go back into that light green bungalow shade and just kind of add a little bit of blends up at the top. And there's it all blended right there. I'm gonna go finish this eye really quick to catch up with this one, and then I'll be right back. So I finished up on this lid the same as what I did over here. Then I also took that hideout shade, which is this one right here, into my lower lash line a bit, and I did that about halfway to the middle of my eye. I'm gonna be going in with the Urban Decay Stoned Eyeshadow Palette. I'll be taking this green shade right up here, which is the name Jade, and I'm gonna just be placing that on the center of my lid area. And with these specific shadows, that they actually work best with finger, and so I'll be using my finger to place that on my lid. And now I'm going to be taking that shade on a blending brush to just kind of blend that into the green that we did earlier. Building up that blend. And I'm also going to be putting that on the lower lash line on that inner area. Now that the shimmer is on, I'm going to be going in with a brown liner, and this is the NYX liner in shade brown. And I'm going to be taking this to just line right along my lash line of my lid, and then I'm going to be taking it a little bit out, almost in a wing shape, and then putting shadow on top of it to do a blended out smoked liner. Kind of in a rough wing shape. And then I'm going to be taking the shade Shack right here and using that on top to kind of do a buffed out blended wing liner. And what I like to do is take some of that brown liner and put it in my lower waterline so it kind of connects the wing with the top and the bottom, and just like that. So I'm gonna go finish doing the wing on this eye as well as doing my lashes off camera. For my normal everyday routine, I normally don't do lashes, but I felt like being a little extra today with this look. And if you are interested in seeing my lash application, I have a video on that about 2-3 videos back, so you can go ahead and go check that out. And I do a really thorough step-by-step on how I do a lash application. So my lashes have been finished off camera. I used the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara as well as the Colourpop Falsies in Chica for my eyes. To finish off this look, I'm going to be doing my lips, and I'm going to be using the Clinique Intense Blush Lip Liner. And I'm keeping my lips nude, so for the lipstick, I'm going to be going into the shade Mocha from MAC Cosmetics. This is the shade right here. And this is just a nice like nude brown shade. And then I want to top it off with some gloss, so I'm going to be using the Mocha Cosmetics Glitter Clear Gloss and just placing that on top of my lips. And that is going to wrap up this look. That is going to be the finished look. I hope you guys all enjoyed this everyday makeup routine video, and if you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me, and I hope you all have a safe and wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.